people, it's your boy CB1 Miliano, the first of his name. You know, we got a very, very special one in the building, Standards FC Rejoice. And you know, we gotta show some respect here. You know, we value champions, we value winning titles. You know what it is when it comes to us over here at Standards FC, make Chelsea great again. So we've got some champions in the building. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put the floor out there for them. Welcome, Mr. Monts. How you doing today, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I feel refreshed. I'm waking up every day. The sun's shining on Liverpool, shining on myself, and yeah, man. I'm just watching the world unfold right now in the footballing world, especially. Anyways, I'm just seeing who's gonna win what. Everyone's still stressing. Everyone's season coming down to the last few games. So I'm good, man. I'm good. I was chesty for a reason this season, and it's paid off. A lot of people didn't believe in my source. A lot of people didn't believe me when I was speaking about the league and how, what we was going to bring home. But people don't believe you until it's finally done. So I hope the people finally believe us now. As you said, standards. You know what I'm saying? Standards are nothing less. So, we got the people.
Yeah, no, I'll give you credit because you were saying some mad stuff at a certain point. I like to famously remember before the Everton game when your game got postponed. We was 2 points away from you. Had we won that game, we would have been top of the table going into Christmas. And I remember you saying some mad stuff. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're peasants, this and that. You guys can't chat to us. We're top of the table. All of this. And I was like, these guys ain't gonna keep on. They're not gonna hold on. To see you guys do it for this long, credit where it's due. I'll give you your flowers. Now, I feel like your title push could have been better if you got to maybe latter stages of the Champions League, the way you left, losing the Carabao Cup, losing the FA Cup, stuff like that. But all in all, in the league, you lot done your thing. I can't, barring the Fulham game, Nottingham Forest, I can't really think of any other games where you lot were terrible and deserved to lose. So salute, congratulations on your second Premier League title. You got four more you got four more before you can catch us at the end of the day. But I brought you here because this game for us is probably the biggest game of our season. This is a must win, especially with Brentford losing Brentford beating Nottingham Forest. They've also got to face that Palace super team. Right now, as things stands, on the same amount of games, we are above Nottingham Forest and fifth in the league. Now, this is a must win. There's no sugarcoating it. It's 3 points. Now, seeing what your manager said today in regards to the starting 11 and he's going to mix things up, it's given me the impression that I think you guys are going to slack off. So now I don't know what's the mindset in the Liverpool community when it comes to this game and the lineup. Are you guys taking it seriously? Is this just vibes? I know you guys are getting your guard and whatnot. That means a lot to you to have Caicedo and Lavia clapping for you. But what does this mean?
It doesn't really mean much, if I'm honest, in terms of the importance of the game, close to nothing. But I still want to get a nice high points tally, just so when people look back at this league, we can at least say, if the standard wasn't there, then we still kept ours. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even though the points mean more, for me, I don't like losing in any stretch, regardless if I'm a champion or not. Like when we lost 5-0 to Man City the day after we celebrated the trophy and whatnot, celebrating the win and all of this stuff, I still wasn't happy. Like, I'm not saying I was fuming and I lost my rag and that, but genuinely speaking, I don't like losing, and that could be anything. It could be a game of rock paper scissors. I don't like losing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I still need to see a performance from the players. The standards, it should never drop. If we draw the game, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be like, oh, my day is the end of the world. But I'm still going to be looking at little details to take into next season, little details to see what the team still has, little details to see how we can move and what changes we still need to make going into the summer. So I understand that Chelsea are going into this game needing 3 points. Like, you lot need 3 points. Even though we don't need 3 points, for me, the standards don't drop. And I think that's how the players are going to go into the game as well. I've always said, though, the game after you win the league title, often going to be a little bit drunk. I'm not going to lie. I don't think we're going to be at the same level as we've set for ourselves, but that's not an excuse to throw the game away, to embarrass ourselves, or to lose in any fashion for me. I still think the game is going to be a draw. I don't think Liverpool win. I don't think Chelsea win. I think a draw in hindsight is fine for both teams. But in your context right now, with where you've kind of put yourselves in the table, I feel like you guys have to win. I feel like you guys have to win. Salah's going to want to break a few more records as well. I think he needs one more GA just to equal Andy Cole.
What about the assist record? How far off is he? 2 more, right?
2 assists, yeah, he's 2 assists off to equal it. 3 more to break it. So I feel like Salah's going to want to get like any form of GA is going to equal from 46 to 47. And then if he gets 2 GA, then, obviously he's broken the record for GA in the season. But I think he wants to get that assist record, So I think there's still small things to play for. And again, a Big Six clash is always a Big Six clash, man. I don't really want it on the record books that we lost at the Bridge. I'm one of those guys. I like to look at the record books and I like a clean record. So, and I think it's been a while since like one of us is kind of like beating each other convincingly. Like,
I think last season you done that to us at Anfield. That was
the 4-1, the 4-1, the 4-1 game. But apart from that, it's not very often it really happens. I think before that 4-1, how many draws are there in a row?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Including cup games as well. I think I know the one where you guys knocked us out of the cup where Willian shot and it hit. I think it was Mignolet, and it's kind of just gone straight in that game there. In COVID, when you guys beat us, Mason Mount when he's cutting and scored, that game as well. And obviously this season you've got the one this season as well at Anfield. But apart from those are the 4 games I can think of, and we've gone back about 7 years in terms of just like immediate memory. So
yeah, that's mad.
To only really have 4 games that have swung one way or the other in what 7 years? That's like what 14 games, maybe 16 if we're counting cup finals. And so yeah, man, a lot of draws. And for me, I don't know. I feel like the way Chelsea are playing right now, I'm seeing signs of improvement, but I'm still seeing also the same signs of, I feel like a second half, you guys kind of let yourselves down a lot of the time. I feel like you start a game well or you start a game poorly. And it's never really for like 80, 90 minutes do I see you guys have a foot on the neck. I feel like there's just little periods where you guys go into autopilot.
Yeah, I think we get too comfortable when we have leads. Even yesterday, we saw against Djurgården. It was comfortable, and then we started to just slack off. They almost got a second goal, actually. It could have been 4-2.
Yeah.
That's the issue. But one thing I would say, the positive for me going into this game is that Nico Jackson seems to have found form again. The ball striking, you can see in the confidence. The second goal he scored yesterday, the goal that he scored against Everton, that version of Jackson, who actually scored against you guys at Anfield. If we have that, I am looking forward to it. Obviously, Lavia and Caicedo in the middle is going to be huge for us having Lavia back. And what you said earlier about your last time you guys won the league and against Manchester City, how you guys were drunk, and the level of performances that you lot put together then.
No, we got popped.
Yeah. Do you expect the team to have learned from that? Or do you reckon they will slack off on this game, especially because they haven't had European football in between? So their headspace is simply just party more.
We were knocked out of Europe then as well. Remember, we got knocked out by. It's funny because the last time we won the league, we actually got knocked out in the early phase of the FA Cup, and we actually got knocked out in the round of 16 as well.
Well, to Atletico, right? No?
Yeah, to Atletico Madrid. Yeah. When we actually made the comeback, and then obviously Adrian happened. I don't like to speak on Adrian. Adrian and Morata happened, and the old Trent and Morata thing. So yeah, I think it's a lot of parallels, but again, there's no competition like there was last time in between to kind of keep the guys' heads on. I know the man them are drunk out of their heads. The man them are baked. These men are baked off.
I think you take the Anfield game against Arsenal more seriously, especially because that's when you lift the trophy. Yep. I think that's going to be the more serious game as opposed to this. The manager's comments about the lineup, what he said. Let me put it back up there. I put it up earlier. Who do you expect Rio Nagamura minutes?
No,
this weekend.
Maybe not this weekend. I think he played in Premier League 2, not as well. So I'm not sure if he will be in the squad. I feel like there'll probably be maybe some McConnell and Trainioni minutes. There'll probably be some whether Rio gets minutes. I'm not too sure. I believe is it 3 or 5 appearances you need to get a medal? I'm not sure if it's 3 or 5.
It's 5.
If it's 5, then I don't think Rio, no matter what Rio does, I don't think he can get a medal. If it's 5, because he hasn't made an appearance in the Prem this season, and it's match day 34 or 5.
Yeah, it's 35.
So
What about Chiesa?
Chiesa will get minutes. Chiesa will get minutes. He's already made 3 appearances or 4 appearances, I believe. So he just needs one more appearance to get a medal. So he'll be fine. So Chiesa just needs the one. But I think, as I said, I think that there won't be crazy rotation. You'll still see Salah starting. You'll still see maybe Gakpo and Diaz in the front 3. Maybe Jota and Nunes will probably still be holding bench. But most of the team should still be playing. I think maybe Endo, you might probably see Endo and Curtis Jones in the starting 11. I wouldn't be surprised if you see them too. And for the back line, you'll probably see Tsimikas instead of Robertson. And that's about it. I think everyone else plays. I don't see anyone else kind of getting rest and whatnot. And I think Conor Bradley had a little bit of a knock as well. So Trent is probably most likely guaranteed to play as well. Gomez isn't fit to play either. So the rest of the team kind of picks itself. I just feel like it's not so much Liverpool starting with a mad team like we're going to go play Plymouth or something. It's probably going to be early changes. That's what I think it's going to be. It's not going to be, you know what I'm saying, 55th to 65th minute. You'll probably see a lot of the big guns being taken off, even if the game's at 0-0 or 1-1. Even so, I think if we're losing, you might see the players last 70 minutes. But apart from that, I don't think Slot wants to risk any major injuries going into the summer. Remember, we're not playing Club World Cup like you guys. You guys are. So, you know, we kind of want to give the players a break, a rest in the legs, so we can go again for next season and be as strong as possible. That's the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel like if the manager thinks any other way and we're playing our strongest 11 for 90 minutes, Slot old boy, I'll be honest, we gotta have a look. We gotta have words.
I've got 2 questions for you. Yeah. Question number 1 is, but both in regards to Chelsea. Question number 1: seeing as you guys are a title-winning team, I think it's best that we get advice from the winners. When you look at our squad, what do you think went wrong, or what do you think needs improving that can take us to where we need to go this time next season? Hopefully, being in that position too.
The manager, for one, the manager. I think he's instilled a mentality that should never be instilled in any team at any point in the season. For me,
could you elaborate?
Exactly. So when the whole team was kind of denying being in a title race, you guys almost didn't want to relish the joy and the excitement of being in the title race. It almost was, instead of excitement, it was almost unneeded pressure that you wanted to kind of stay away from. And that stemmed from the manager. That came from the manager before it seeped down into the players. And for me, that's a massive no. That is a massive, massive no. Because as soon as you set the precedent to not have it to not achieve what you need, like even if it's an overachievement for the team or it's not necessarily realistic, as soon as you put it in the minds that it's okay not to achieve that when you're in a position where it's possible, bro.
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
Then you might as well not be there. Everyone starts on 0 points. Everyone's aim at the start of the season is to win. And I'm not saying it was Chelsea's aim not to win, but to put that in the minds of the players is crazy to me. So I feel like, for me, the manager has got to change his outlook. That's the first thing he needs to do. And maybe behind closed doors, he did have that outlook. But I think behind closed doors and publicly, he has to change his outlook. Another thing is tactically. Tactically, he has not built the team this season around Cole Palmer. He hasn't. He's built the team around trying to get the ball into the wide areas as quickly as possible and to go from there. When realistically, Cole Palmer has not been deployed in those areas. He's the one feeding the ball into those areas. And to a degree, Cole Palmer has done that job enough this season. If you look at his chances created, or maybe not so much the big chances created, but if you look at his chances created and his passes completed, he has done that. But you're feeding wingers like Noni, wingers like Neto, wingers like, if Mudryk was available, it would be Mudryk. It would be Sancho. And even though these players have their strengths, none of them are killers. Not a single one of them. So when you have a problem, like kind of similar to Liverpool, where it's not necessarily a problem, but when your killer is your most creative player, when they're the same person, it's a double-edged sword. Because if your best player who creates and scores your most goals isn't in the form of his life, or the team isn't built around him, then things go downhill very, very quickly. Because now all of a sudden you're looking to players who don't score goals. We're looking to play like your highest goal scoring winger has 6 or 7 goals. It's despicable.
Exactly.
Despicable
Goal scorer in 2025 is Cucurella.
Yeah,
It's mad. But do you feel like it's more so when you say the system? Because a lot of people critique it, and a lot of Chelsea fans are critiquing this point of view by saying, for example, Enzo Fernandez is also in this system and he's improved and he's getting GA. So why can't Cole Palmer, who's also playing a deeper role, same way as Enzo?
Because I feel like even though Cole Palmer is as good as he is, he's clearly proved that he's not as adaptable as everyone thought he was. And that's okay. Like, it's all right not to be seamlessly adaptable. Sometimes players are made to play a certain position and you keep them there and you build around them. Not go, oh, I'm going to play this way, regardless of who's the best in my team. How did that go, Mr. Enzo? Mr. Maresca? How did that go? Because now your best player doesn't even look like he wants to be there right now. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you build around your best players. Build around them. Because that's how that's who's going to win you games. Who's going to win you? Who's more likely to win you a game? Noni Madueke or Cole Palmer? Cole Palmer's more likely to win you a game. That's not to say that Noni should never play. Should never get minutes. Every player has their use in the squad. But you are him dying on this Noni on the right train has, for me, it just doesn't make any sense. For me, Cole Palmer thrives in chaos. He thrives in a free-flowing attack, and Maresca has kind of sacrificed that for maybe a little bit more control. Similar to kind of in a way that Arteta's done it. But the difference is with Chelsea. Chelsea's defense is nowhere near as good as Arsenal's. And Bukayo Saka is still the focal point for Arsenal. Your defense isn't as good as Arsenal's. And Cole Palmer has not been used as that focal point. It's almost like he's sacrificed Cole Palmer. It's almost like he's been sacrificed. Like, how can you sacrifice a player as good as Cole Palmer? You can't do that. I feel like that's bro. That's crazy. That's almost as crazy as some of the things that Poch did defensively. You know?
Yeah.
And I understand Palmer has gone out right. He has gone back out to the right, and it still hasn't looked as good. But at the end of the day, I don't think he should have changed the role of Cole Palmer, because the role of the 10, the free-flowing 10, is being drowned out the game in the Premier League because there just isn't as much space in the middle of the pitch anymore.
We've actually said this to each other the first time we linked up on your channel, actually, about the 10 position in the Premier League. I don't understand that. That's my biggest issue with the system. What 10s actually thrive in the Premier League? Even if we look at the final stages of the Champions League now, Yamin Yamal's playing on the right, Danny Olmo's occupying as the 10, and even then he's doing a more deeper role. He's not a traditional 10. Inter Milan don't have a 10. PSG don't have a 10. Arsenal don't have a 10. Well, Odegaard, but I think I look at him more as an 8 than a 10, even though that's another situation there. But I don't see none of the best teams in the world playing with a 10, so I don't get why we're doing it. And then in doing so, it's hindering.
But you can play as a 10, bro. You can play with a traditional 10, but you kind of have to give him a free roaming role of a 10. So if Cole Palmer wants to drift out to the right, because he was still playing in a 10 at times last season under Pochettino, he was. But what he was doing was he was kind of drifting out to where the space was. So wherever the space was opening up, he'd drift into that space. And I feel like he's unable to do that. I've seen Cole Palmer for the last like 5 or 6 Chelsea games that I've watched. He's picking up the ball in the RDM position.
Yep, exactly. He's part of the.
He ain't got the legs to bomb on. Even if he does the right thing in the build-up, which he has been doing, even if he does the right thing in build-up, beats a player, moves it on, he's not got the legs to bomb up the pitch like maybe a younger version of Rooney did. He ain't got the legs for that. He ain't got the legs to bomb forward. He kind of slaloms into the position that he needs to be in until he gets the ball. He needs to get the ball. You can't have man receiving the ball at RDM, bro. I don't care what tactics you're playing. It's blasphemous. And when Chelsea, and then what happens is he doesn't do anything for a lot of the game. And then when Chelsea are now trailing 1-0 and there's 10 minutes to go, he's receiving the ball on the halfway line because he wants to start the move because he's not receiving the ball where he's supposed to get the ball. Now he's frustrated. And that has kept happening and happening and happening and happening every single game.
Mm-hmm.
And then now, when it gets to the games where you're playing your Leicesters at home, your Ipswiches at home, your games like that, bro, Cole Palmer, now he's trying to do too much. Now he's getting on the ball and he's trying to do too much. I've seen it. When he has got the time and space to do something, it's doing too much. Because it's almost like the frustration, you can see it that like the pent-up frustration seems like now he feels like he has to do that little bit more than kind of playing with the freedom. I don't feel like Cole Palmer's playing with the freedom that he's been given by Poch. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's just taking an extended amount of time for him to get used to this new role. But this new role for me isn't what's going to make the best Chelsea the best Chelsea. I'm
Agreed.
sorry.
Agreed.
You can't do that unless you go and buy a better right. Unless you go and buy someone who's going to do Cole Palmer's role last season better than Cole Palmer, there's no way that I see this getting better. Personally.
My second question, because I agree with you, spot on. This is stuff that even majority of the chat will tell you I've been saying for the second half of the season.
Yeah.
My second question to you is, in terms of our squad in itself, because we established the manager is shaky, but in terms of the squad in itself, how much? I don't want to word it correctly. What are we lacking in order to get to a point where once again we're winning Premier League titles? Where are the flaws?
Your backline needs your keeper, of course. In fact, you know what? We'll start with the obvious. Keeper's got to go. Keeper's got to go. I think that's obvious, though. I didn't spend too much time on that. 2 goal scoring wingers, not 1 but 2. I don't think the either 2 goal scoring wingers or goals like a gunman and 1 goal scoring winger, and then you can kind of rotate the Sanchos and the Netos. You can rotate. Those guys will still have a. They still have a place.
Goal scoring wingers, that's excluding Palmer, of course, right?
It's excluding Palmer, yeah.
Okay.
I class Palmer as a 10, but when I say a goal scoring winger, Palmer's not being played out wide, so I just don't have that in the conversation at Chelsea right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think you need like our Arsenal as a Saka, even though you have that with Palmer, but he's not being used. So excluding Palmer right now, you need like another version of a Saka, maybe what Liverpool have in Salah. You know, even go as far as to say what United have in Bruno Fernandes. You know what I'm saying? Someone who's going to kind of step up in the big moments from an attacking standpoint in the front three. I think you need at least 2 of those players, whether that be a striker and a winger, or whether that be two kind of wingers. So it takes the pressure off of Cole Palmer. Because you know what? If Cole Palmer is passing to Mohamed Salah on the right-hand side, CB, I don't think man have a problem. Because if you look at the way and how quickly and how efficiently Cole Palmer supplies the wingers, it's actually very good. The way he's still able to supply the wingers. But he's supplying wingers that are so inconsistent that it's like 1 in 8. Something's happening 1 in 8. When if you give it to the better wingers in the game, that drops down to like a 1 in 3, 1 in 4. And you become infinitely more dangerous. That's the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? Another one I'd say is I think you need definitely a centre-back for me. Definitely a centre-back. Maybe even 2 centre-backs. I just think you need an experienced centre-back. So, you know how you had Thiago Silva? Maybe another one of those. Could be a Bastoni. You know, I know Schlotterbeck's not old.
Maybe a Van Dijk on a free. You know what I'm saying?
He signed a new contract, so impossible. that can't happen no more. You know what I'm saying? But
you know who I actually want, yeah? And I want to know how realistic this is, because I've been saying it. We done a transfer show episode this week on the stream. And I noticed that Konate has 1 year left on his deal. Now, if I'm Chelsea and we've secured Champions League football this year, I'm throwing the kitchen sinker getting Konate in, especially as a Fofana replacement. Now, how realistic is that to you guys? Do you see Konate leaving with this contract stuff coming up?
I think he's seen as the future of Liverpool, but to be the future of a team, you need to put them on the right amount of money. If you're an opposite team, I think probably should test the waters, because there isn't enough of that in the Premier League now. I don't think rival teams test the waters of teams anymore. You know how in Italy, everyone just goes to everyone. You'll be at Napoli and you'll be at Inter the next year. Italy they just love doing business with Italian teams with each other. In the UK, it don't really happen as much over here unless it's a big 6 team and a team that's not in the big six. You'll see it more then. But you see like Napoli do business with Inter and that. You've seen bare players go from Inter to AC. Like, yeah, cool. It doesn't happen that much in the UK, but I feel like teams these days aren't as gutsy, not as gutsy. You kind of more, the only teams I feel like do business with each other consistently is probably Chelsea and Arsenal. I feel like they're the only consistent. I think they're the only consistent ones, really. Maybe it was Arsenal, Man United to a degree, and Chelsea and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Sorry, and City and Arsenal.
Arsenal was a feeder club though. Arsenal was doing business with City, Man United, Chelsea. But yeah, it's really just Chelsea and Arsenal. Well, obviously now Brighton and Chelsea have some sort of weird connection too. I think you guys had a relationship with Southampton, a really strong one. And yeah, I do want to see more of that from the bigger teams, if I'm being honest with you. But Konate is someone I actually look to. So a lot of the stuff you said about the squad, I've been slandered. I'm gonna show you the court replies to this. Yeah, this was my targets for our transfer window. So I
see this. Yeah, I see this.
Mike Menon a year left in his deal. I'll do a Barella Enzo swap deal. If we got Champions League football, why not? Upamecano or Pacho as left centre back options. I think we have an asset in Fofana that can get flipped to another league. In the Premier League, I'm not sure, especially in France, like a PSG. I think they'll be interested. A Bayern Munich, maybe they might be interested. I'd throw money on Rodrigo. I'd throw money on Isak. I think that addresses pretty much all the issues we have in our squad. You won't believe how I got slandered by my fan base. Mike Menon's injury prone. We don't want him. Upamecano's trash, but we have Cole starting. They're all laughing. Lewandowski's washed apparently, even though he's top goal scorer in the La Liga and they're top of the table. Like I don't understand. As someone who's won the league, how do you feel about this? Just because you're on my show, you don't have to feel like you have to agree with me. You can slander me, tell me I'm wrong.
No, bro, you know what my take is. I say how it is. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you got to, like, for me, I've got Chelsea fans telling me how they're trying to complete the set and they're speaking about the UEFA Conference League. I've got Chelsea fans telling me that Liam Delap is the holy grail.
Oh, don't even get me started. Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's not me saying that Delap is shit. He's definitely not shit. He's a good player. But Chelsea, you're trying to get back to where you were, and you're telling me that the answer is Liam Delap. When Jackson, who no one rates, finished on 14 goals last season.
Thank you.
It's just like for like. He ain't gonna get you more than 15 goals. There's not enough of an upgrade for Delap to be the holy grail of what you guys need given a striker. He's not the answer. He's not the answer. If your wingers are getting 5 goals each, yeah, you think Liam Delap is gonna be the answer? Nah, exactly. Let's not do that. Let's not do that now. I remember, as I said, you guys used to go get guys like Pedro for Bants. To sign it, I used to see you guys go get Schürrle for banter, for absolute banter. Do you know what I'm saying? Banter purposes. You know what I'm saying? Cool, it didn't work, but Saul from Atletico, absolute banter, loan deal for no, like, man, you used to cop these guys for nothing, like cop these guys like it was nothing, bro, like it was absolutely nothing. Now I'm seeing man gloss over Liam Delap. Give it an absolute rest. If you guys want the best, you should easily have been going. You should have broken the bank, spent the extra money for Osimhen, because now he's in the Liga Kebab, baking off. You should have went and got an Osimhen. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to get a midfielder, it takes too many things for Enzo to be performing at the level he's performing at. It's funny that when Enzo was performing shit, you were winning games. Now that Enzo's been performing, you don't win games. So what does that say? Net negative. So Enzo shouldn't really have a place in your team, whether he's playing or whether he's well or whether he's not playing well. That's another thing. Yeah. So you should be aiming for a top striker, whether that's Osimhen, Isak, and Lewandowski are probably two that are probably difficult to obtain. But I think next step down is Gyökeres and Osimhen. And I think those are the two targets you should be looking at, which you probably already are. Maingan, nothing wrong with that. I think you should be looking at Kelleher as well. Kelleher will be absolutely brilliant for you guys. Can play with his feet, good shot stopper, and with time will only get better. And he's young. No issue. He's going to leave Liverpool. Should be looking at that. Would Liverpool sell to a rival? Not sure. Test the waters. You know what I'm saying? Barella, again, very difficult because you're doing business over there with a team that I feel like doesn't want to do business, but test the waters. Barella, I'm not too sure. It depends on his contract. Upamecano, not a fan. I'm more of a fan of Pacho. I think Pacho's a lot better than him. I think Upamecano needs to have someone to discipline him, and you don't have that player. If you still had Thiago Silva and you were still playing and you were still 36, then I'll say go get Upamecano. For me, I wouldn't. So I wouldn't go and get Upamecano. I think you got to go look at Schlotterbeck. Go look at Schlotterbeck. Go look at Jonathan Tah.
I was interested in him, but he's Jonathan Tah a free. I'd take Schlotterbeck. Didn't he get a 6-month ACL injury or something like that? He's out for a long time.
He'd be all right. He'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? He'd be all right. Season's far away. He'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? He'll be all right. So yeah, I'd say Schlotterbeck, Jonathan Tah, as well. I know Bremer is someone who people don't talk about much right now, but I would maybe look into his availability. And Araujo at Barcelona. I don't think he's completely tied to Barcelona. There's always a lot of conversation surrounding his name and what's going on. So I think Araujo is another one who I'd look at as well. Pacho, as you said on the list. So there's a few centre backs out there. I think Murillo is a choice. Murillo or Milinkovic, you got to get one of those two. Guehi's not a bad shout, but I feel like you have to look at someone like Guehi and get someone else. I think Guehi. I just think there's better guys out there than Guehi for me. I think looking at Murillo and Milinkovic, one of those two, you have to go and get one of those two. Then looking like they're not going to finish in the Champions League now, so one of those two looks like it's possible would definitely leave. So definitely try to get one of them. And when you're looking at a winger, there's a few different players. As I said, Rodrigo is one. I think he's going to look to opt out of Real Madrid because he's never ever going to be the main man. I think you missed a trick with Marmoush. You missed a trick with Kvaratskhelia as well. We all did. I think we all did. If I'm being honest.
Kvaratskhelia was insane. I wanted him in January. Chelsea fans were telling me we don't need him. He's the same as Sancho. That's mad to me.
Call me crazy. He's just signed a contract. I think you guys should have looked at Gordon. Other than that, there isn't a lot of great left wingers out there, in my opinion. I think Nico Williams showed his colours yesterday against Manchester United. There's a player that I really, really like. He's going back to Bayern Munich on loan, off of loan. And I think he's really, really good. Brian Zaragoza, I think he's someone who no one's really looking at, and he is an absolute technician of technicians. Not maybe an out-and-out goal scorer, but his decision-making, I think someone like Cole Palmer would love to play with him. I think someone who you should be looking at is Ryan Cherky, because if you go and get Cole Palmer, put Cole Palmer back on the right and have Ryan Cherky in your 10, it's looking dark. It's looking dark. Ryan Cherky and Cole Palmer behind any sort of gunman, it's looking nasty. And then you can still end up playing Pedro Neto because you're going to need a machine. You need a guy that's just going to run. You need a crackhead winger, win it. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that was all that, but you need a crackhead winger. You need one crackhead winger.
Yeah. Road runner as well.
Yeah. You need a road runner winger. You can't just have straight tech, man. You don't score predominantly a lot of goals. You know what I'm saying? So those are my suggestions.
What do you think of Leao? Rafa Leao?
Very much. I think he's overstated and overhated. People do too much of Leao. Leao has a lot of attributes that a lot of teams need, but because his style was a bit lapsadaisical, and Milan play haram football, so it's only going to look worse. I think people overstate the hate with Leao. He's not a bum the way people speak about Leao still, but yeah, I don't think he's as well.
That's Chelsea's win though. So now, what areas do you guys need to address with your squad now going into next season? I know, if I'm not mistaken, Salah's future's still in the air, right?
No, he's signed. Salah and Van Dijk have signed their contracts, bro. Okay, I think he was overseas for a bit too long, bro. Yeah, them man have signed their contracts.
Yeah. All right, then fair enough. So you got
but work still needs to be done. I think
you need a striker.
Yeah, Darwin's gone.
I'm not convinced on Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai's crap. I'll tell you from now. Szoboszlai's rubbish.
I feel you're one of the first to really go out there and say that, you know. But
He's
he's got a serious defense league. And this is what pisses me off because I was told that you can't win a league title with Gallagher. I think Gallagher's better than Szoboszlai. I remember saying that last season, everyone called me crazy.
Gallagher is Szoboszlai. They're the same
person.
Exactly.
I think
I don't know why people. The only thing that Szoboszlai has probably over Gallagher is that dead ball specialist kind of thing that he's shown. Maybe not so much for Liverpool, but you know, Szoboszlai does have a record of scoring from the dead ball. He's got good shooting and that. But if I'm being honest, like, listen, Szoboszlai gets a nosebleed. Whenever he's 30 yards of the goal, he gets a nosebleed. You know when people say Declan Rice don't pass forward? That's Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai, when's the last time you heard of a defensive 10? He's rubbish. In the 10, he's rubbish. He is rubbish. He should be playing in the 8, in the 6 with license to go forward, or at right back. Put him at right back. He'd be the perfect right back. Strong, fast, good in the air, good cross, good delivery, can only make decisions when he has space in front of him and no pressure. What does that sound like? A right back.
Oh, that actually, that's a good shot, though.
I'm telling you, he's, for me, everyone calls me crazy, but I've started the movement. I've started the cult. I've never heard of a 10 who gets complimented for their defensive duties. I'm sorry. Well, if you have to cover so much for Trent and Salah, and that's such a big thing, then if you're playing at right back, then no one has to do any covering, do they? Because you can just run all day and no one's going to complain. I've never seen someone who gets complimented for their running so much. They hated Jordan Henderson for what they praised Szoboszlai for, by the way. I'll say that one more time. They mocked and hated Jordan Henderson for everything that they praised Dominic Szoboszlai for. And Dominic Szoboszlai cost 70 million. And it's half his age. Half his age, but you know what I mean? It's like 6 years younger, 7 years younger. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, get that man out my 10 quicker than I can say snap. Ryan Cherky, 10 for me, 100%. Or Brian Zaragoza in the 10 for me. But he's going back to Bayern on loan, so that's never going to happen. So that was what I'd say. Go and get Kirkez at left back. No brainer. Robbo's finished. Thank you for your services. Love you to bits. One of the best left backs in Premier League history, but everyone has their day, and that day has arrived, and it's been arrived. Another centre back for me, Kwanzaa and Gomez as the backup centre backs is too suicidal. We've been very good with fitness, but if one of the two centre backs get injured, we're in trouble. I think the Mac and Sobo have been absolutely unreal this season. However, the legs have started to go. Last 2-3 months, the legs have started to slow down. That's because they played every game of every minute of every game. So, and the thing is of Gravenberch, for him especially, he's not played a lot of football in the last 3 years. Only this season has he played the whole season. Remember, at Bayern, he was struggling to get minutes, and last season he was struggling to get minutes at Liverpool as well in his first season under Klopp. Would I take Huljsen? Yeah, I would. But for me, I think Huljsen's a bit overrated. I think he's decent, but he's right in it. I think Zabrani's good as well. I don't think Huljsen's better than Murillo. I don't think he's better than Milinkovic. I think there's better centre backs out there. I think it's more so the fact that Huljsen's 19 years of age. That's where his value comes from. I'm willing to give Bradley a year at right back.
You don't want to get a new right back this summer? You don't want to get a new right back this summer?
No, bigger. We have bigger problems than that. For me, it has to be that extra midfielder, the left back, the 10, and the striker. Darwin Núñez is heading out the door. Thank you for your services, but you've done nothing for nothing to stretch. But it's a failure of a signing in it, so we need to kind of amend that and as quickly as possible. And that's basically it. I think the rest of the team's fine. The rest depends on any sort of outgoings. For me, we've never strengthened from a position of power because our board have moved like cucks ever since I've been around. But I pray for times where they move like they actually want to dominate and win something. I think this is we've somehow been blessed with another chance for Liverpool to go and maybe win a few more big trophies. But has it ever been done? No. So I'm not necessarily convinced, even as a Premier League champion.
Oh, your hopes for? Do you reckon you can go back to back next year?
We can. Will we? I'd be silly to say yes because it's never been done in the Premier League era. So, but Chelsea are going to be back, City are going to be back, Arsenal are going to be back. Everyone's going to be strengthening, so we have to follow suit.
I think we need Champions League football before we can talk about being back. That's the only way we can get these players that we want and pay these wages. I want to ask you before we wrap up because I know you need to go. Pro predictions. Chat to me.
I said, what did I say? 2-2. 2-2.
Think there's gonna be goals.
Not an entertaining one. I'll be real. No entertaining one. I'll tell you for free. This game's gonna be a snooze fest. An absolute snooze fest. I don't know what you're thinking.
I think we win. So I woke up yesterday and something told me like we're winning. I don't know what it is. I don't usually have this feeling going into these games, especially under Clear Lake and Maresca, but something's telling me we are winning. I think it's just the fact that we need is a must win. We know
Yeah,
there's
yeah. It's
no
more that it's a must. I think it's the fact that you have to win. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it still.
because top four is too. There's too many things dependent on us getting top four. I mean, like the heads will roll if we don't get it. I think manager will be gone. I think directors will be gone. I think players will leave. It's got to a point now where we need top four. Is the state of our project is on the line. So this is why I think we'll win the game.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
That feeling is delusion. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I feel it in my loins, man. But I know you got to shoot, man. Love for coming on. We need to do a post game with more time. It's my fault. I was a bit late, so we didn't do it for as long as possible. We're gonna keep this going. I got some MCGA members at the back. We're gonna do Lamine Yamal versus Mbappe teenagers. Who's better? Debate. But
That's a
in the
very good
meantime,
debate.
I want to know what you think. Uh, as a 17-year-old, I think Yamal's better, but I don't know if Yamal will reach those levels of a 19-year-old Mbappe, he was a phenom. I think there's a lot of recency bias in the discussion right now.
But
Where
yeah,
everyone's
people don't know that Mbappe was on serious fuckery when he was that age.
he was fake.
He was on badness. So yeah, 100%. 100%. People were deep in. I think he won the World Cup at 19 as well. That's
Yeah, he was 19.
That's insanity. That's actual insanity. To go win the World Cup at 19 and be one of the best players comfortably.
But the thing is, though, is like we have never seen a 17-year-old as good as Yamal. It is fucked.
Yeah.
I'm a Neymar guy. I've always been a Neymar guy. I'm looking at bro. Neymar wasn't doing this at 17, bro.
Nah, to be fair, he didn't have. Did he have the stage to do it? No, but you have to get to the stage. Like if Neymar was at La Masia, La Masia, would he have been able to do what Neymar was doing?
100%. Yeah,
I think that's the what if that I think people should probably go with. I think at Santos it's like, you know what I'm saying? And same with like, I think maybe Rooney's another good comparison. Rooney, obviously, it was the injury that stopped him for England when he batted up, you know what I'm saying? And even then when he was batting up, I think he was 18 when he was batted up. But when he was 16, he was moving nutty at 16. So it's a lot of ifs and buts. And obviously the era was different. But I think I agree with you though. At 17 to be doing what Yamal's doing, I can't lie, man. It's just scary times, isn't it?
Do you know what annoys me? Yeah, why when it comes to Ballon d'Ors, do we disregard young players? Like Mbappe getting a Ballon d'Or in 2018 would have been okay, especially what he done. And I feel like because they're young, you look at it like, oh, their prime is yet to come in 5 years and they'll deserve it. But Mbappe's window could have closed now. Same with Yamal. I think if Barcelona win the treble, I'd rather give Yamal the Ballon d'Or than Rafinha. I think he's the better player. Everything flows through him anyway. But Rafinha has the GA. I hate that they do that with the younger players. I wish they just platformed them. Like in 2018, I'd rather give Mbappe. In hindsight, I'd give Mbappe the Ballon d'Or over Modric, for example, and it would have been valid.
Yeah, no, I hear it. But listen, bro, I'm gonna have to shoot though. But listen, make sure you lot subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? And after the game or post game or Monday, wherever it is, I'll top it up as well, man. Because I think it's going to be an interesting game week, and the top 5 race is still on, like it is on, in it. So that's another.
Top 4 races are better than the title races, man.
Yeah, because there's more teams and there's less men are winning. Someone's losing. Someone always loses. 2 or 3, 2 man. Yeah. Listen, you lot, take care, and we'll see you. I'll see you guys soon.
Big up, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Big up.
So, Mandem, as I was saying, we have got the MCGA members backstage. They're finna come on soon. I got a couple of videos I wanted to react to because you guys have been asking me to react to some stuffs. So I got a bunch of stuff in my bookmarks that I'm supposed to do. I'll share my bookmarks now, but I don't want to accidentally put porn on the screen. So we're gonna have to do it slowly but surely. missed out on quite a bit. First and foremost and firstly, keeping it frank, no pod. Chelsea got a new front of shirt sponsor. Damac. I saw it yesterday. How do we feel about this, guys? Better late than never. We've got Club World Cup coming up. That's big promotion for Damac. I see that building every time I'm in Dubai. I don't know what they do. I'm seeing here properties. Okay, so there's some sort of real estate firm. How do you feel about the kits? Dead sponsor looks decent. Yeah, I know, man. He's about to go through hell on that. Show Coach Ricky bookmarks. I can't do that. I'm not mad at it. At least we're getting some sort of money in. Hopefully, this could be put towards getting better players. That's the aim of it all at the end of the day. And yeah, here's actually a close-up of the kit. I've never seen a football club get a sponsor the last stage of the season. I'll be honest though, I wouldn't want to buy the kit with the sponsor. I like it plain. Pause. You like it, yeah? Elgormi, I think it's not horrible. Oscar Go versus Germany vibes. It's not horrible, but for me, I don't look at it and think, wow. If I'm being honest, I think our home kit is absolutely dog shit, in my opinion. I like the away kits, especially the black one, but I think the home kit's trash. I've been saying it from the start. And with a sponsor, I think it just sums up how bad it is. Now, I got a Maresca quote here because there was a lot of outrage. Now, I think he did a good job. Rare moment that I credit Maresca. I think he did a good job of rotating the players, having strength, keeping guys fit and informed, i.e. subbing on Jackson and Jackson getting a goal. So they're now getting 2 goals. So now he's looking forward to going to the Sunday game. Caicedo coming on, getting some rhythm in. You know, certain players getting hooked, Enzo getting hooked halfway through, all of these things here. And I'm not going to lie, I think he did a pretty decent job. I'll keep it frank, no pod. Now, I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think, or how do you think he lines up going into Liverpool? Does he play a weaker squad now, or because we've got a bigger lead, he can now throw all the players in the deep end? Do you reckon restarts versus Liverpool? I doubt it. I think it'll be the same as last week. Caicedo right back, Lavia, Enzo pivot. If I'm being honest, Enzo found his level, facts. But yeah, rare moment where I credit the manager. They say I have agendas and stuff, but I keep it a stack. Everyone and their mom's been tagging. So let's see. Chelsea players answer the 100 men versus 1 gorilla debate. It's a bit loud though.
It's 100 men versus gorilla. Oh my god! This guy is stupid. Go on.
You're gorilla, obviously.
Thank you.
Obviously. Bro, I swear to you, it's impossible.
Bro, 100 men that are willing to fight.
It's impossible. 100 men versus gorilla. 1 gorilla.
The gorilla.
What? Chat. Chat. Can we zoom in? Is it possible for me to zoom? They don't let me zoom. Chat. Are my eyes deceiving me? Chat. This can't be real. This can't be real. This is AI. This is AI. Mandem, we've done the Lord's work. Mandem, we've done the Lord's work. The black spray is finally gone. The black spray is finally gone. Mandem. That's Champions League football secured. That's Champions League football secured. I'm looking at this and I can tell you now with a straight face, we'll qualify for Champions League. Your priorities are in the right places. Wow, 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 wow. Guys, I might even buy his kit. Guys, I might even buy his kit. This cannot be real. Wow. Black spray gone. And all just like that, I've got a new favorite player. Just like that, I am leading the Cold War Defense League. Just like it's so easy to get me on your side. It's so easy for you to get me on your side. Same thing with Sanchez. He got rid of the black spray, done the Fernando Sucre thing. Look at the saves he was doing against Everton. Look at that. Saved our season, kept our top 4 dreams alive because of those big saves. And now I'm seeing you do the same thing. Guys, Champions League football secured. Big up to you, Cole. I know I'm very critical of you, but for me, I just care about my club. I just care about the badge. And I want your priorities to be in the right places. It really pisses me off when I'm seeing you not going for headers because you don't want to put black spray on the ball and ruin your trims and the taper and all of these things. And in the business end of the season, you've now gone and taken that off. Brother, that's a commitment that I never thought you had in you. Salute. Cole, you have a fan in me for life. Oh, not for life. Well, let me not go that far. But you have a fan in me for the next 7 games of the season. And I don't want you to go. I don't want you to get gas when we go to America and the Club World Cup. Because if we top our group, we're going to Miami. I don't want you to get gassed by them Latina BBLs that are going to be there and start putting black spray on your trim again. Please, stand on business. Stand on business. Because I'm giving you the cosign of a lifetime right now. Salute. 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 I didn't even hear his answer.
Versus one gorilla.
The gorilla, man. Guys will run away. One gorilla.
100 men versus one gorilla. He's winning.
100 man.
Crazy.
100 men. Gorilla. Gorilla for sure.
What do I think? Who are the 100 men that are fighting? That's the real question. If, for example, we had, I don't know, Giannis Antetokounmpo, I don't know, Francis Ngannou, guys like that in that 100, it might be long. Still, I won't lie to you. I think we can, but it all goes down to the first 100. And then the real question is, who has heart? Because that's another thing. There's a lot of muscle member who has heart. Because if a guy now gets his head punched off his shoulders, who's folding and who's going to keep going forward? Because if that happens, we might lose 40 men straight away. They're going to be like, no, fuck that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if there's 100 league gunners and Huljsens and bunch of twinks, get me Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't know, Brock Lesnar. I don't know, LeBron. Can LeBron fight though? He don't give me a fighter vibes. Francis Ngannou. Also, what is it? Just punching, or are we allowed to use weapons? That's the real question. Kimbo Slice. Do you know what I'm saying? Guys like that, then maybe. Mark Henry in his prime. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, isn't it? I don't know, man. I don't know. What else did you guys want me to react to before I give the floor to my special guests in the building? I don't know if I cared about this, but a lot of people were talking about it.
For Chelsea, what is his name? Todd. I met also the owner of who was doing it for Chelsea. What is his name? Todd Bowley. Yes, I met him at a meeting for all the clubs. That was.
Someone said, sorry, before we move on, someone said, bro, the gorilla ain't King Kong. This gorilla PR is insane. Brother, have you seen a gorilla fight? I think you haven't seen gorillas fight. All right, cool. Zoom this in. These are two gorillas scrapping each other, yeah? Bro, firstly, that initial push alone, like bones are breaking. These men are tussling. Look at the muscle in there. No, I can't lie. 100, how many gorillas? Or is it one gorilla and 100 man? Nah, yeah, we're overrating the gorilla though. If there's only one of them, I think if you get the right fighters, you can handle them, innit? But they're physical and they're unpredictable. Look, they're jumping and stuff like that's gonna be mad. The jumping and stuff, that's mad, innit? I'm not gonna lie. But there just is the unpredictable nature. Do you get it? It's the unpredictable nature of it that will throw you off. But ultimately, 100 guys, serious fighters, I think we'll handle the business still. I think we'll handle like serious fighters, isn't it? Like we need our best men. I won't lie, we do need our best men because that initial hit is mad, and then on top of that, they can bite too.
I can't lie though. One thing guys are forgetting is that the gorilla will get tired after like 5 minutes, bro. Their endurance is shit.
What, gorilla's endurance is shit?
Yeah, it's shit, bro. It'll get tired after 5 minutes. I've been researching, bro. I've been researching.
But it's not even that. Like 100 man is a lot, you know.
100 man is a lot.
100 man is a lot. We are overrating this gorilla.
Like guys are talking about the gorilla like it's a Viltrumite, bro.
It's one gorilla though. It's not like there's
one gorilla.
It was, you get me, hella.
You're gonna need everything to beat those gorillas. You're gonna need the whole fucking whatchamacallit. 2004 2004 Detroit Pistons team.
Gorilla though. I think talking about these gorillas like they're King Kong. Bro's right still.
I think 70 man. I think 70 guys. It will do the trick, bro.
But I think 40, bro.
Well, now we're getting carried away.
No, because
big man thing, gorillas aren't that strong, bro.
Because when you think about it, do you know back in the day we used to rule the whole jungle, you know, like Tarzan's a real story, like.
Here we go now with the conspiracy theories.
This is why humans are the apex predators, bro. We're the top of the food chain, bro.
Bro, you're right, bro. We don't need 100 man. What?
You need a goose.
You know what? Rise a goose and it's GG's, bro.
Get 100 goose and you're good.
But my ancestors used to pack these gorillas.
Talking about gorillas like there's something else. Like I'm so annoyed that we're spending time on this discussion now because I've seen everyone. I haven't entertained this at all. I've seen people talk about it. I'm just ignoring it. But we're talking about this gorilla like they are something else. Like, do you know what, PM? You're not even that wrong because if we're actually being honest here, how do you think humanity managed to just pattern the world like this?
Exactly.
We had to be amongst them.
Let PM cook.
I think we used to run the jungle and that. Like that's lava true. Back in the day.
Like we're the most dominant species on Earth, bro.
Literally.
These gorillas, they're scrubs.
We're actually making these gorillas into something they're not though. Like
they're frauds.
PM, that shit will rip your arm off.
The first 5 people that step forward are getting done though. That's 100%, a fact.
100%.
That's standard.
But then the gorilla will get tired after 5 people.
Exactly.
But the thing is now, how do you kill a gorilla now with your bare hands?
You have to strangle it.
You literally just beat it into submission, bro. If there's 100 man kicking at you while you're on the floor, you're dead.
Yeah.
This is the thing. With your bare hands, I don't know.
Now with a gorilla,
you have to kill it. That's the thing. Now, like, no escape, no weapons. 100 man, let's get a cracking with this gorilla. How do you kill it?
You have to choke it out.
You're just gonna have to brute force it, man. Just keep punching it over and over again. Skull fractures, everything.
You got the curve stop it.
Exactly. Once it's on the floor,
I think choke is the only way. You can't.
Once the gorilla is on the floor,
you gotta stomp it out. You gotta stomp it out.
You have to stomp it out. We're gonna have to stampede, bro.
This is why I'm saying you need the right people doing this, because if we had Giannis, if Giannis is one of the 100 men, for example, he's got to get the gorilla in a full Nelson.
You do Draymond too.
I can't lie. 30 tosses, yeah. 30 tosses takes care of the gorilla, bro.
same time.
Do Draymond as well.
30 tossings. It will do the trick.
Hey,
30
look, if
toss
you
it, get the
kick
fuck
Gorilla
out
on
of
the
here.
balls, yeah, it's
Okay,
GG's.
let's actually. What if it was to get 100 footballers?
Nah,
Who are you
Okay,
rising?
cool. You see Hulk?
I want
We're
Adama
rising. I'm
Traore.
rising Hulk.
Hulk's a shout.
Adama Traore, Hulk.
Adama Traore. Hey.
Couple
Yo,
You could-
Toure.
Rudiger.
Rudiger,
Balotelli.
Sergio Ramos.
Akinfenwa for sure.
Luis Suarez.
What's the
Balotelli.
He ain't got the heart, man.
You think he's got to bite the gorilla, fam?
You gonna bite him?
Man, I say Balotelli still.
We're gonna need some pacey guys as well, though.
Zlatan.
Ooh.
I say Ronaldo. Guys sleep on him. That guy's
True.
bolo.
Drag.
What's his name? Pepe.
Yes, Pepe. Yes, definitely. Who else?
Man said Thomas Partey. You know what? If I say what I want to say, you'll get demonetized, bro. Drogba. That's a shout.
Who else could we put?
So Campbell. He's bolo.
Man said that.
What about
Guys are
Kante?
saying
Kante will have
Mason
the stamina,
Greenwood.
you know?
Hey,
Mason
the chat
Greenwood.
is killing
That's
me.
crazy.
The chat is
That's
killing me, man.
That's crazy.
How can someone say Zuma animal specialist?
Hey, look, kill me.
Lamine Yamal, bro.
Zuma is a shout though.
Guys are saying Lamine
So
Yamal.
what
Vidic.
Vidic, yes, Vidic. I'm trying to think of another person. Damn.
Obviously, Drogba. I'm taking R9 personally.
Carlos Puyol.
Now, Pio's too small.
I swear that guy's short though.
Yeah, he's too small.
Oh, he is. I thought he was a bit taller.
Pepe.
Yeah, I said Pepe.
So I'm saying footballers are not physical enough. Let's actually
Oliver Kahn,
this
because
down.
his crazy ass.
Oh yeah, that guy's nuts. That guy's a crackhead.
My laptop's freezing like a motherfucker right now.
Who else?
Am I lagging? Can you guys see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, I can see you too.
Okay, you're lagging a bit still, but we can see you.
I'm trying to think who
I'm
else
lagging,
could we
innit?
put.
Oh, Sergio Ramos. That's a shout.
Calvin Bassey.
Calvin Bassett, that actually is a shout.
What's the Nottingham Forest striker's name?
Taiwo.
Iwoni.
A one. Yep, there you go.
Big black Af nigga, bro.
What about that center back that plays for Wolves?
Man said John McGinn.
Who's from Ivory Coast?
Is it Burnley or something?
Yeah, the new one they just got from St. Rems in the January transfer window. I forgot his name.
What are you talking about? Oh, the new one. I thought you were talking about Boney. That name's a Y though.
I'm taking Tossin.
Tossin, you know, don't kill me.
He's
Konate.
6'5".
Got bullied by Haaland.
Konate.
Oh, Haaland, 100%.
I'm taking Van Dijk. I can't lie.
Ooh, there you go.
Aura. Konate.
All right, cool. Let's make a list.
Bisek.
Nah, now you man are just naming guys.
Man said Bisek, bro. The gorilla will drag his dreads, fam.
Lukaku.
Lukaku's a shout.
That is definitely a shout. So who said Palmer?
Who said Lamptey? No.
Lamptey, that's
Lamptey. Give that guy a timeout, bro.
Okay, so man, let's actually go back. So, like we said, this gorilla argument, I think we are overwhooping these gorillas a bit. If you consider like the likes of, I don't know, I think of off the top of my head, what King Kong and that, you'd think, all right, cool, yeah, these lot are smoky. In actuality, these gorillas ain't what we think they are. Obviously, it can get on tops. Like, for example, this gorilla here, that first bang I think could take a life, in my opinion. Now there's 100 of these. Mo, you're an expert. There's one of these and there's 100. Is it 100
that first strike is taking 3 lives.
If it's one gorilla and there's
Yeah.
100 man, now it goes down to the what type of people are we calling up? If we're gonna do this, obviously, if I were to just get humans in general, I'm getting Mark Henry, Brock Lesnar,
Giannis.
Kumpo, Kimbo Slice, Francis Ngannou. That's the top names in my head.
Booker
And I
T.
think 100 man.
Booker T.
I think 100 man could take these gorillas out. Now
About
I want to do a football version.
What about 2007 Chris Benoit?
You're moving insane.
Man said Shaq.
Let's do
Khabib.
it. Yes,
Nuts.
Shaq. Khabib actually wrestles bears and shit. Because I think the way to beat them, because you need to realize we're killing the gorillas. It's not like we're just beating them up and we're going about our way. To kill these men with your bare hands, you need somebody that can wrestle and get these men in a full Nelson and we just stomp them to death. That's the truth.
So you just described Draymond and Shaq.
Nah, man said Draymond, nah.
Hey, Draymond can't hack this, bro.
You don't think so?
Nah, he can't.
All right, cool. 100 footballers
King
versus
Kenny.
one gorilla.
King Kenny.
Can we slap Nonny there so he can get knocked off?
Oh, shut up, man.
So I'm gonna go Adama Traore number 1.
There we go.
Rudiger. Hulk.
Yeah,
You need
for sure.
Zuma because he has expertise in Hulk. You said Rudiger, what? Pepe,
Ramos, Van Dijk.
I say Balotelli.
Balotelli's a shout. Balotelli's a shout. Lukaku. Starts to get dicey now. We need guys that are really on badness. Zlatan.
The crackheads. Oliver Kahn.
Vinny Jones.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Guys like that don't mind doing a sniff. Vidic.
I say Sol Campbell, maybe, you know.
Sol Campbell with that voice. He ain't doing nothing.
Oliver Kahn.
Cantona's a shout.
Someone said Harry Maguire.
Why though?
I don't know who it was. Oh, it was retail.
Are we getting Mudryk with the steroids? I think that's a shout.
Oh, Mudryk with the PEDs. Ooh, smoky,
and he's got war experience.
He's got that bite like you. Yeah, slap him in, man.
You got to have Jap Stam in there.
What about Oliver Kahn?
I'll put Oliver Kahn.
What about Kante?
Nah, come on.
Don't do Kante.
5'6", man. Why are you doing
Kante
like
can
that?
do rounds, innit?
Kante's gonna smile and wave at the gorilla, man. Move. With his Mini Cooper.
Then we got to consider the footballers that we want to, because Akin Fenwa, how can I forget Akin Fenwa? I think, we need to understand that the first 10 people or the first 5 people are getting slaughtered to death. So then this is when you have to be very strategic with what 5 people are you willing to sacrifice for the greater good of the 95.
The sassy.
Balotelli can go. Like, that guy would even be happy.
This is when me personally, I'll throw in the Enzo Fernandez. just so he can be the guy to take it. Pause.
Enzo over none is crazy.
I'll put Gattuso.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm put
Axel Disaster. Even though he's slow, he's strong as shit.
You think you guys think he's mad physical like that?
Yeah, he is. Even though he's slow as hell, but yes, definitely.
Oh no, 100 footballers is mad. Haaland, yeah, he's a Viking. You need them. Then this is when it gets dicey. I ain't gonna lie. This is what Goretzka's a shout because have you seen
yes,
Goretzka?
yeah. Goretzka is definitely. I was thinking about
He's
that,
on
but I was
roids.
like,
He's on
yes,
roids.
he's on. Yeah, pre-steroid.
Yaya Toure.
Yeah. I said that earlier. Yeah, prime Yaya Toure, definitely. But I don't think this collection of. By the way, I don't think this collection of 100 footballers can fight a gorilla and win.
We have to have some
That's.
NBA players now.
I think if it was other sports, NBA and stuff like that, yeah. But it makes you deep that these men are actually twinks. Respectfully, am I allowed to say that?
Nah, yeah, footballers are wet though.
Mesut Ozil right now. You see how strong he is right now.
He's bowler right now still. Pause.
Ozil, yeah, he is. So guys, I don't know if you guys have realized. We'll get back to this in a second. I don't know if you guys have realized we have a debut in the building. We have somebody who's actually making his first appearance on the channel, and he's an MCGA member. I actually recruited him during the January transfer window, and he's taken the chat by storm, the community by storm. He's somebody that we regard very highly. I'm gonna play a little clip because when we brought him along, you know, it was we was very much aware that he was a bit different to the rest of us, but nevertheless, his difference has shined very much amongst us. So I'm gonna play a nice little clip that actually relates to Chelsea. This is about Mark Cucurella and his wife. They have a child who has autism. So I haven't watched the video. I just saw the title and I was like, you know what? It does kind of blend in. So I was gonna play the clip. No way, there's no sound. Why did no one tell me? What do you mean there's no sound? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
No, we can hear you. We can't hear the video.
Yeah, we can't hear the video. We can hear you though.
You can't hear the video.
Nah.
Nope.
Anyway,
I can't lie, we can't hear shit.
yeah, forget. I tried. Regardless, is about Mark Cucurella and his partner Claudio Rodriguez. They were just sharing the story about their son Mateo, who has autism. And without further ado, I wanted to just shout out our special guest of the show, who is a family member of MCGA. He's more than welcome to come in anytime. He was actually meant to come on yesterday's stream and do the watch along with me. So I just want guys to just make some noise to Jared. Big up Jared in the building.
Man, like.
You right, Jared?
Thank you, CB.
Well, you're more than welcome, man. Every time, man. And I feel like it was Autism Awareness Month last month, correct? It just ended, right?
Yeah, it just ended.
Oh yeah, but nevertheless, you know, it's great for you to just give your flowers on here, and you know, you're more than welcome to be here anytime, and also just spread awareness. Like, you know, there's autistic MCGA Chelsea fans with standards, you know, and I feel like the world needs to know that. So big up, Jared. The chat showing you love as well.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it.
Jared.
So how do you feel about the season so far with Chelsea?
So you talking about we want to start like the season starting off like when it started
No, just
in August? Or
where we are right now.
I feel like there's a lot of things we could have did differently. We could have actually got some experienced players in January, which we didn't, which is really frustrating. Instead, we decide to sign some kid who is 17 and doesn't even have 50 appearances under his belt at all. He hardly gets minutes, and we're not like what we used to be, and it's really the standards are gone. But deep down, Chelsea fans know that we want our standards back, and we won't just sit down and say, "Oh, we don't have standards no more." We still do, but we need to be patient with it.
No, I feel you, man, and it's lovely to hear that you got standards. That's the most important thing. For us, at the end of the day, it's about upholding the standards of the club, keeping us where we belong, back to the promised land, the mighty Chelsea belongs to be in. We're looking at these Champions League games. I'm gonna touch on Paul's Yamal and Mbappe later, but looking at these Champions League semi-finals and understanding that we're not here is insane. It hurts me on a
It
daily
hurts
basis.
me. It hurts me too because I miss nights like that. I miss playing on Tuesday nights at night on big occasions. I miss it. We all do.
No, for sure.
Well
Definitely.
said.
So I made I dropped something yesterday that on my Twitter that I found this is actually old. I made this in like 2021 on my phone, just trolling the uni and shit. But I found this. I said if Palmer scored, I would have dropped this, and he didn't drop. He scored, but someone made a film,
Nah,
which made me laugh.
this is the funniest shit ever.
Wait, I'm sorry. Why are we laughing?
I got so many.
I think I missed a joke.
I can't hear the music.
Can't hear that as well.
No.
What's going on today? Wait, hold on. I need to fix this. Let me try refresh. That's crazy. I don't know. Usually there's always sound in my videos when I play them, right? All right. Who's Miles, by the way?
So.
Everyone kept saying in the comment section.
Miles. Oh my god.
Who is that? All right, can you guys hear it now?
Yeah, I hear it now.
I keep a blicky and Daglana. Who is with me in case you want pass on? I know some trenches niggas from the D that let it blow. No kids. So trust me, little nigga, you don't wanna smoke. You don't wanna smoke a blicky and Daglana. Who is with me in case we go pass on? I know some trenches niggas shoot you on some bro. So you don't want us knowing where your folks live. No kids. Where your folks live. All the nigga does is make I got so much heat. But somebody, and I'm gonna get copyright stricken for it. I don't care. Because I think it's worth it. Made a Cole Palmer Fell comp. I keep a blicky and Daglana. Couple hitters you want pass on. I know some trenches niggas from the D that let it blow. No kids. So trust me, little nigga, you don't wanna smoke. You don't wanna smoke a blicky in Daglana. Facts. Couple hitters with me in case we go pass on. I know some trenches niggas shoot you on some broad day. So you don't want us knowing where your folks live. No kids. Where your folks live. All the nigga does. So anytime anyone drops a stinker, that's the song there for you guys. Make your comps. I wanted to actually have the man them on here. PM, are you still here? Because you have
Yeah, I'm here.
I've made a list of people that I don't discuss football with, and you're actually the top of the list. Somehow, I'm discussing football with you pretty regularly. Yamal or Mbappe as a teenager, who's better?
Nah, I say him. Are you asking me?
Mm-hmm.
What age though? What age are we saying? What age?
Okay, both of them at 17.
Oh,
Let's
nah,
go
I'll
from
say
there.
Yamar.
and then go.
Yamar.
As a teenager in general.
As a teenager in general. James, I have to say Yamar because he's doing it at a bigger stage. I can't
Is
lie.
there a bigger stage than a World Cup?
Ooh, no, but no. Nah, but it's not the same, man. Yamar's doing the Euros, Euros are classical. Nah, I can't lie. I have to get to Yamar. Because Mbappe in the UCL, he was good, but he wasn't like Yamar good, I can't lie. Yamar's literally carrying Barca, low key.
Yeah, no, 100%. But I don't know because Mbappe carried a Monaco team to a Champions League semi-final, and they won the league against like that was a PSG dominated league. Big up Luis Campos who actually built that team, and then he's won the World Cup at 19, best player in the team. I think he should have won the Ballon d'Or in 2018. I don't know. I think I don't know, man. I'll be honest. I'm still leaning on Mbappe. I need to see Yamal. I think as a 17-year-old, I think Yamal is better than Mbappe, 100%. But I don't think there's any 17-year-old that's been as good as Yamal. Now if we took that, but then this one it opens the floor for the greatest teenage footballers of all time, and I still think that's Mbappe. I know a lot of people might come to me and say, "Oh, well, Pele, stop lying. You don't watch Pele." You like, I hate that. Oh, Pele, cool. Salute to Pele. Like, it's like Jared, you're American. It's like rising Wilt Chamberlain in these debates, bro, or Bill Russell. Like, respect to what you guys have done, but who's really doing that?
Exactly. Like nobody talking about that shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
so I think if we're actually gonna consider the best teenagers of all time, I think obviously R9's a shout, but when R9 as at 17 or 18 was at PB. Like,
well, no one really watched R9 as a teenager, I can't lie.
I mean, us no, definitely not, but yeah, you get me. I don't know. I think okay, let's break this down. I hate the fact that we become a list page. We keep making lists. All right, cool. Greatest teenagers. This is crazy. Pause, by the way. Cool. For me, now I just want to put names down and we can order them. For me, I got Mbappe, I got Yamal, I got Rooney, Owen. Neymar came to Europe at 21. I would have Neymar there. I would actually have
Neymar there for Estavio.
He didn't reach. Hey, bro. Seriously, stop putting Estevar's fucking name next to Neymar, bro. No. R9, of course. Fabregas is a very big shot. He was playing at 15 in the Premier League. Fabregas. I don't know much about Romario. What was Romario as a teen?
Who said Romario? Damn, Romario. Shit.
Is there a way like this is when we have to go to ChatGPT, and I don't even know how accurate they're gonna be, but let's go to ChatGPT, see what they got for me.
There's that winger that used to come off the bench for Barca. Bojan.
Oh, Kirkic Bojan should not be in this discussion. He had a lot of hype. I remember watching him as a kid. I thought he was going to be there. He had more hype than Messi.
Oh, I know Pato.
Yeah, Alexander Pato is a shout. No, he's there though. He has to be there though. He has to be there. Obviously, we're not saying he's the best, but amongst the best teenagers ever, Alexander Pato has to be there. Ibrahim Afellay is a shout. I would have put him there. Ansu Fati, maybe.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Raheem Sterling.
Daniel Sturridge.
No, what was Sturridge doing as a teenager? Echo. Who's that Echo? Raf's not even here. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Might be me. My bad.
I'm American, but I'm gonna still say it though. Freddie Adu. Have you ever heard of him?
I have heard of him, but Jared, you're wilding.
Yeah, I know. I am. I know. That was just a suggestion.
Dybala. First.
Oh, that's a good one. Who else?
I was thinking Cruz, you know.
Tony Cruz as a teenager.
Tony Cruz.
Yeah, like when he was 19.
What did he do at 19?
He's playing at Bayern. First team.
Wasn't he at Leverkusen first or no?
Oh no, I'm bugging.
Okay, this is him. This is him as a teenager.
No, he was on loan. Wait.
So he won the League Cup. He won the Bundesliga, DF Pokal, bronze in he won the bronze ball in under-17 World Cup, got the best player in the under-17 Euros, and got the best player in the under-17 World Cup. Confused.
Can we say Florian Wirtz? Because when he first came into the Bundesliga at 17, he was playing very well. He was.
Donnarumma is a shout.
Ooh, that's actually a really good one.
Donnarumma is a shout. I think if I'm not mistaken, he's the youngest. He was the youngest player to play at the Serie A at one point. Don't know if that stays the same. De Ligt captained the Ajax to a league title and to a Champions League semi-final at 18. That's a shout. Okay, now what I want to do is Phil Foden, maybe. I want to have 10, and then we're going to narrow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're way past 10. I put Phil Foden as the last name. I'm putting De Ligt on De Jong. It's meant to be De Ligt. And I put Phil Foden.
What about Xavi Simons?
Nah. Xavi Simons, was probably the first Instagram influencer kid. Do you know what I mean? Like he was when I was guys were just watching him do kick-ups and that on Instagram. Like he was known for doing a bunch of skills on the street, like street baller type vibes. To see what he is now, it's kind of dope.
It is.
Man said Messi. Messi did HGH injections from 13 to 18.
He got hormone.
18 years old, once a week. I'm not going to put a drug cheat on the list. I'm sorry. The same way we don't put Mudryk in Ballon d'Or discussions, I'm not going to put drug cheat and Messi in that list. So please refrain from mentioning.
Low key, can we put Havertz? He was really good at 17.
Nah, man. What were you saying, bro? Pedri.
Nah.
Pedri or Gavi, one of the two.
None of them two are touching anyone on this list.
Yeah, fair enough. This list is
he's right. Yeah, he's right.
Now maybe Fatty. Ansu Fatty is a bit of a he's a bit dead. I can't lie.
No, Fatty when he broke through, you gotta give him his flowers, bro.
Yeah, he was amazing, and then he fucked up his knee.
Wait, let me think.
Someone said Rooney was getting piped by Diddy, and he's on the list. Now this is alleged. CB1 Millie did not say this comment, so.
But that's wild.
Crazy. Me and Wayne is insane. I'm not gonna lie. Me and you, Wayne, it is crazy. All right, cool. So there's players that I think we have left out in this list. And then we can vote on who we want to remove from it to get there. For example, I think Jude Bellingham should be on this list. I also think Ousmane Dembele should be on this list.
What about
so who would you say?
I did not think about Dembele. Oh my gosh, fuck.
Yeah, that's bad.
What about John Terry?
Terry's a sharp, but I don't think Terry gets in this combo, isn't it? I'll take off Ansu Fati for Jude Bellingham. And then Usman Dembele, who's taking his place?
Pato.
Taking Pato. I think you
On
man are
Terry.
sleeping on Pato, you know. I'm not gonna lie. What did Dybala do as a teenager? What
Man
did
said
Dybala do as a
Gallo.
teenager?
I think he was like top 5 in like
No,
like
Dybala-
scoring in Serie A for Palermo.
Nah, he never hit his prime, man. He was always that like, oh, he could have done this, but he never actually like. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
think
you
he
man are
took over.
taking the piss, man. He was playing in fucking Premier B Nacional, Argentinian second division, bro.
Oh,
Then
never
went to-
mind. Oh, wow.
How's
Never
he on
mind.
this list, man?
Farmers League, man. All these part-time plumbers and shit.
All right, cool. Now let's rank these, man. For best teenagers, I've got Mbappe number 1 for me personally. I got Mbappe number 1. Do you guys disagree? How can I forget Haaland?
Haaland. How old is he?
I can't.
Nah,
Haaland has to be there still. Haaland has to be there, but for you, I'm taking off the lit.
Yeah, De Ligt for sure.
All right, cool. Number 1 Mbappe for me. I got R9 number 2.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know about R9 number 2 yet. That's the thing. I think this might be unpopular, but I think I got Lamine Yamal above R9 as a teenager. I don't know.
No way.
Oh, no, you got to put Saka in there still. Saka, you reckon?
Huh? He's playing left back.
He said, huh?
He was playing left back, bro. He was playing left back, bro. All right, cool. This is R9 as a teenager. He won the World Cup at 17. He didn't play.
Wow.
He didn't play any matches. He won the Golden Boot in the Eredivisie, the Dutch league. He then won the Golden Shoe 2 years later. So he was 17. Okay, so he won that 18. So at 19, he won the Golden Shoe with Barcelona. That's it. I got Lamine Yamal above him. I'm sorry. And I love R9. I got R9 ranked the third, my third best footballer of all time.
How's the recency bias?
When Lamine Yamal's won the Euros, is on pace to win a Champions League,
He's about to win La Liga as well.
a treble almost.
He
I
just
got
won
Lamine
Copa.
Yamal.
He just won Copa del Rey and Super Copa España as well.
Do you know
You're
what's
not
funny?
going to tell me winning the Eredivisie goes over that. And then what the man, you man are not even watching R9 when he was.
Word. The nigga was R9.
I love an R9, yeah, but bro, I was not born when he was a teenager.
Nobody was.
As a pure footballer, yeah, R9 is better. Like, if we're doing pure football, R9 is better. But even Yamal as a pure footballer, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I got Lamine Yamal number 2. I've got R9 3. You guys can also on the stage can disagree and whatever as well. By the way, what I'm saying isn't law. Like,
No, wait. I said Rooney number 3.
Over R9.
Yeah, Teenage Rooney. Teenage Rooney was serious. Was he the one that did the bicycle kick?
Yeah, Rooney as a teenager At 16, he broke through with Everton and scored that goal against Arsenal. At 18, Euros 2022, I mean Euros 2004, he was England's best player. If we weren't injured, I think we would have actually won the tournament. I don't know if I'm putting him above R9.
Rooney scored a hat-trick in the Champions League on his debut.
Exactly,
18
on his
years old.
debut. And it was a first half hat trick as well.
18 years old, man. Nah, man. We can't put R9 there, man. Rooney was different. Like, Rooney was so cold, yeah, that you forget the guy was actually young. Like, with a lot of stuff he was doing, I can't lie.
I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't know. See, like this, like for me, Rooney third isn't a bad shout, innit? But I feel like we're now starting to disrespect R9. That's the problem now, innit? I think we're starting to disrespect R9. Like Rudiger says here, bro. R9 had over 100 goals before turning 20.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but where?
Eredivisie wasn't a shit league, and he also like at that point he was at Barcelona as well.
100 goals.
Yeah,
bro.
then he went to Inter as well before he went to Madrid, I think.
But at that point he wasn't a teenager anymore.
Yeah, you're right. He wasn't.
Nice to verify the stat. 100 goals before turning 20. Like,
I can get ChatGPT to confirm it for me right now. How many goals did Ronaldo Lima score before he turned? Oh, let me say by the age of 20. Here we go. He had 44 goals at Cruzeiro. These times he was at 15, 16.
What the fuck?
44
Damn.
goals in 47 matches. Went to PSV, 54 goals in 57 matches. This isn't TA, by the way. This is just goals. Then he got 47 goals in 49 matches for Barcelona. Then 15 and 20 for Inter. 15 and 20 for Brazil. At 8, bro, he's above your mom.
he should be number 2.
He's like, what we doing? He's above your mom.
Yeah, word.
Let's not take the piss.
Yeah, definitely.
He had 160 goals as a teenager.
What the? Nah, he's crap.
In 173 games. And this was in an era of goals, and that. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're starting to disrespect R9. Like, I've still got Mbappe above him just off the fact that he won a World Cup as a key player in that team at 19. R9 was 17 and he didn't play any games in a World Cup winning squad in 94. You know what I'm saying? But I've got to have R9 there. That's mad, by the way. That's mad. So the Lamine Yamal, yeah, he needs to win. It's not over for him, though. That's the thing. I think if Lamine Yamal wins a World Cup, he's probably number 1 on that list. And that's the thing with this, why it's so scary when it comes to Yamal, because it's not over. Do you get what I mean? Like, so I've got Yamal 3, and then is it even safe to
It'll
put
be
Yamal?
over when he's 25, man.
Who, Yamal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Yamal will be finished by 25.
Yeah, he will, because he's playing too many minutes.
He's already had 100 appearances, man.
Barcelona at 17. That's
Yeah,
dark.
but technology's changed. Like, if he stays in the gym, he'll be calm, man.
All right, so then where's that technology for Reece James?
Goddamn.
But Reece James was cooked, though. His legs were already cooked before he could even try to pattern up. Like, he already been having injuries. Like, his thing is worse.
One thing I'll say about Lamine Yamal, though, he's one of the few youngsters, like wonder kids, that doesn't really rely on physicality. It's just technicality and IQ. He's not got a mad burst of pace. He's not explosive like Mbappe was or R9 was. It's just straight skill.
And not only that, exactly, that is true. And not only that, for his age, he's actually pretty tall. He's almost 6 feet.
You mean more?
Yeah, he's 5'10". He's only 17.
Yeah. But
Got
I just
different,
think
man.
minutes is too much. Like we've seen it so many times from Paul Pogba to Reece James to Eden Hazard to Neymar Jr. Like Wayne Rooney. All of these young players, R9. Look at this list. If you actually just go through this list of these talented wonder kids, Sterling is 29 years old. He's finished. Hazard, who's not on the list for some odd reason, I'll put him in here. That's insane. Eden Hazard finished at 30.
retired.
Paul Pogba finished at 30. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the problem. R9 lost his legs. Like, so when we talk about these young players, this is what worries me. Rooney has the greatest longevity of any player behind Ronaldo and Messi.
Really?
Yeah, he played till he was
He
like 30
started
something.
at 16. I think he was done by 30. 14
Nah,
years.
he was like 33, 34.
And he was not done at 34, bro. Him and Ronaldo are the same age. Well, so when Ronaldo at 34 was what, 2017? Rooney was not hooping, bro.
MLS, no?
Stop it,
Or
man.
Derby. He was at MLS or Derby.
MLS. Wasn't he at Everton for like a year before you went to MLS?
If it's not
Yeah,
if it's not the Premier League, like, I'm not putting him there. I'll say I'll give Rooney 15 years. That's still longevity. Don't get it wrong. 15 years at that level, it's not a joke. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I think I wonder kids, you lose your legs at a certain point. Yeah, this is the top comment, and I agree with this. I think this is Lamine Yamal's prime right now.
Nah, we're stretching it now.
It is, man. But this is not FIFA where you expect at 26, 27, they're going to be at their best. This is his prime right now. Just take it where it is. The same way Mbappe, when he was from 18 to 22 years old, was his prime. That's what
So
it is
what?
now.
But what about Dembele, though? Because now we're in Dembele's prime, no?
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
Dembele's 28.
Dembele's
saying,
peaking now, and that's good for him. But when he was a teenager, he wasn't at levels where we're like, this is Dembele at his absolute best. That's the thing. He wasn't like I'll be shocked if in 10 years' time Lamine Yamal is still the best player in the world. That's what I'm saying. And that would be his quote unquote prime in 10 years' time. I just don't think this is his prime though. Yeah, exactly. Development ain't linear. People think it's FIFA, career mode, or football manager, where as the years go by, you just keep getting better. Bro, what you're seeing is what you're getting. It's like Mbappe. If you was told in 2018 that in 2025, Mbappe would have not won a Champions League or the Ballon d'Or, you would have been shocked. You would have never imagined that. Yet here we are.
Yeah, but I think Mbappe, he's only just warming up now.
Yeah, he is.
Cap. Mbappe's regressed as a player, bro, in comparison to the last 3 years. Mbappe 3 years ago was at his best. That's his prime. When he was going to the Allianz, dunking on them, New Camp, dunking on them. That version of Mbappe was him at his best. I think he's regressed now. He doesn't really move with the ball as well as he used to as well. Like, he's not the same player. I'm not saying he's washed. He's still world class. He's just not that. He's not the best version of himself.
He's not the same player he was like 3 years ago, man.
Yeah, he's not.
I just think at PSG, man's getting paid like what, 500k a week. He took a break. This guy's gonna be disgusting. I don't see Mbappe not being disgusting next season. Second season. What's that?
What's disgusting to you?
But I think he's gonna do something crazy, like 50 goals plus. But he's already basically on that right now, no? I feel like he's gonna do something mad though. I can't like next season. I think he's gonna do something mad.
But why are you saying that? What's this based on? Like what though?
Because the last 3 years when he's at PSG, he was basically just there for money. Like that's all it was. He was just there for money. He weren't there for competition. He didn't really care like if he's not winning Champions League or not. Eh? Now he's at the second season at Madrid. Now the team's gonna really tailor itself to him. and he's gonna want to win. He just missed out. He just missed out on the Liga, Champions League. He's gonna want to win. I can't lie. I feel like next season he's gonna go dumb. Haaland as well. I think Haaland soon, maybe not next season, but the season after, he's gonna go dumb as well. Because these players are cold. Like, you don't lose that. I can't lie. You don't lose like scoring like banging 30 goals, hat tricks back to back. You don't lose that like that. I can't lie at that age. I don't see that.
No, you don't. He's right.
Bro, I think it's done. I'm not saying it's done as in it's finished. He'll always be a great goal scorer, but he's definitely not the player that he was 3 years ago.
Mbappe is one of them players that peak early.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like all of these, R9 peaked early, Mbappe peaked early, Rooney peaked early. If we're getting these teenage phenoms, I'm yet to see a teenage phenom where you're actually dominating as a teenager and then you dominate throughout the rest of your career. The closest thing we got to that is Messi, even though he's a HGH drug cheat. That is the only wonder kid to actually get mad minutes.
And Ronaldo.
And never actually get injured, get a serious injury. Ronaldo had a serious injury in 2013, the knee injury.
Oh, so did Messi.
What injury did Messi have?
He had his fire.
He actually had.
He missed like half the season.
Yeah, he actually had knee surgery.
That was tax evasion, man. That was tax evasion. He was trying to go. He was about to go jail. The guys were cool.
Even Mbappe in the World Cup, that final, like, man, that guy's different, man.
Yeah, but even that's what I'm saying. That version of Mbappe, that was him in his prime. I don't think he's better than that now. Do you think he's better than that?
Yeah, but he did that. The World Cup was like 2 years ago, no? Or something like that.
It was 3 years ago. It's about to be 4 next year. So a whole
The one
World
where
Cup.
he did the final with Messi.
Yes, bro. The World Cup's next year, pal.
Yeah, it's in June
Yeah,
2026.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. A whole cycle of the World Cup's gone by, and he hasn't touched those levels since. He's regressed.
Man, come back, man. Come back.
I don't know, man. I'm not saying like he's still a great goal scorer, one of the best in the world. His movement's phenomenal. He can finish. He's at a good team. He will probably win Champions Leagues and get his flowers, probably win his Ballon d'Or. But even when he wins that Ballon d'Or, I don't think he'll be the best version of himself.
I don't think Mbappe will touch a Ballon d'Or in his life, you know. I think it's over for him.
You man are bugging.
I don't know about that. In his life,
I think it's over for him, man.
Did you not see him like he started the season off shit and he started going goal for goal every game?
Listen, Mbappe is
by that logic, then Lewandowski's still the best striker in the world then because he's outscoring Mbappe in that league anyway.
That's arguable though. Lewandowski slept on. I can't lie.
Yeah, I don't know why though. I think when he moved to Barca, everyone just started brushing him, but that's another discussion.
I think because he's old, innit? Like this young gimmick is just taking over the world. Like if you're 16, you get 5 goals. Like everyone's gonna gas the thing over someone that's banging like 20 goals.
No word though, it's true. It's true. I do think Mbappe's window is closing. The fact that I know he's definitely sees Lamine Yamal as a threat. That's one already. I know he sees it like fuck. This young G took my chain in the Euros because I want to remind you guys as well. Yamal dunked on him in the semi-final of the Euros. Mbappe was nowhere to be seen in that Euros as well, by the way. Awful campaign.
He's been off of the last 2 Euros.
Yeah, the last 2 Euros has been bad. He missed the penalty in 2021. I don't know, man. That's mad. That's mad. I don't think Yamal's passed him yet because this is when people get carried away. I think Yamal's better than him now. As in, Lamine Yamal right now is better than Mbappe in my opinion. But this is, as a 17-year-old as well, I think Yamal is better than Mbappe at 17. But what Mbappe was at 19 was a phenom. We are never gonna see something like that again. Like that's once in a generation, bro. What he was doing in that 2018 World Cup, what he was doing with that Monaco side, even when he moved to PSG shortly afterwards, and the numbers he was hitting, and the way he was just dunking on every big team, Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona, man, he was like, I'm yet to see Mbappe, Yamal reach those levels. I'm not sure he will ever reach those levels. We have seen better 19-year-olds. That's an agenda talking. And I don't like Mbappe because I'm a Neymar guy. I don't like Mbappe. And I do find it funny that I remember when everyone used to try to do the Mbappe is better than Neymar thing, which was cap. But they tried to do that when Mbappe was young coming through. And I was like, they're not even the same generation, but whatever. Now the same thing's happening. 25-year-old Mbappe is getting compared to 17-year-old Lamine Yamal. Neymar at 19 wasn't better than Mbappe at 19, and I'm a Neymar guy, bro. I'm sorry, bro. He's not. And Neymar should be on this list, man. Fuck, why am I putting goalkeepers there? Like,
Neymar at 19 wasn't even touching Brazil. Like, why is this guy talking?
Neymar at 19 won the Confederations Cup. No, he was 20. So that's 2012 then. Neymar in 2012, he was balling at Santos. He got top 10 in Ballon d'Or podium. They didn't win the Olympics. And that's it. And I love Neymar. I'm a Neymar guy to the core. I will beef guys for Neymar, bro. But what Mbappe done at 19 in that World Cup, I've not seen another 19-year-old do. He was a phenom. The only person you could compare Mbappe to as a teen at 19 was R9. Who was brazy. I think 1 and 2 in this list is interchangeable. If you want to put R9 number 1, I understand. But for me, that World Cup was mad. And if Neymar had, this is when we start doing the ifs and buts. If Neymar had that team at 19 for that France team, what would he have done? Yeah, that's a whole other discussion.
Exactly.
But this is what we're living in the now, in the real world.
And what if he didn't get hurt in that semifinals versus? No, not a semifinal. What if he didn't get hurt versus Colombia?
Yeah. I agree. With the adding goal stuff, I agree. But honestly with me, bro, I'm not really a GA guy like that, man. I don't think, like, for example, yesterday, I think that was Noni's worst performance in a Chelsea shirt. He got a goal, though. Do you get what I mean? Like, and no one will talk about it. I don't hold it onto that. I do think Lamine Yamal started goals to his game. He's got 1 goal in his last 19 league games. That's kind of mad. But he's still the best creator in the world. In terms of creativity, what you bring, bro, you can't discredit that. He's, as a creator, unbelievable. So then this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure. I do think he needs to add goals to his game. I think even though Mbappe is having a quote-unquote bad season, he's still one of the best goal scorers in Europe right now. This list is about the best teenagers, not the best 19-year-olds. Yeah, but he did that as a... What? Bro, the 19-year-old's a teenager. He did that as a teenager. He won the World Cup as one of the best players. Goals in the final. Only Pele's done that. Oh, no. Best midfielder in the world right now. Shout out Pedri. Shout out Barella. Shout out Jude. Shout out Caicedo. Yeah. Oh, I can't forget. Oh my gosh. That João Neves performance against Arsenal.
Oh, yeah, João Neves.
Oh my God. Fam, we went to Benfica and bought the wrong midfielder, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
He was unbelievable. He was moving like Kante.
And the thing was, he was cheaper as well.
Bro, mad performance. The fact that he was able to win his Jules contest, he's covering that much ground, and then at the same time, he's still going forward. I was told that if our midfielder, £100 million midfielder goes forward, we're not supposed to respect him to win his duels and track back. Vitinha, by the way, quality. Those are real. I appreciate real midfielders so much, man. Honestly, I should go ahead, Jared.
No, I was gonna say I feel like Vitinha doesn't get a lot of credit he honestly deserves. Like, people really don't realize how good of I wouldn't really call him. He's more like a box to box, but he's a midfielder that a lot of people need to give him more flowers to. Definitely.
No, definitely. I think he doesn't get his flowers in England because of he was at Wolves, and we just look at it like, oh, Wolves.
Well, yeah, exactly. But he was on loan at Wolves. He was only there for a season, and then he got loaned back to Porto. That was it. It wasn't a permanent move.
Yeah. Look at this. Yeah, I saw this yesterday. This was the Barcelona Inter clash. Yeah, I feel like this stream's going all over the place, but I like it. I actually like it when it's not structured and we're just chatting for the sake of chat. But look at the ground covered. Yeah, amongst the midfielders. This is not even just midfielders. This is just the team. Ground covered, distance is covered. Top 5 distance is covered for each team. Number 1 on that list is Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan in
You're pushing 40.
pushing 40 years old. Look at the distances he's covering in a Champions League semi-final. Why is the fact that he's on the pitch still? And this is why I was saying I think KDB shouldn't go to America. If KDB is smart, go to Serie A. He will eat in a midfield like Inter when he got guys like Barella and Kalanku.
Exactly. Just exactly. Go there. Do not go to America. Just don't. He's not ready. He's not ready yet. He's not.
Bro, that distance covered is insane. But then look at the best Barella. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Barella on the ball, technically, is already top. Technically, he's already top. Sorry, I'm watching the City game at the same time. Yeah, technically, he's already top. But now to cover this much ground, 11.72 kilometers, and we're relying on you in that midfield. That's where the technicality goes. That's what a real midfielder is. But we've been brainwashed by our fan base to believe that our midfielders can't be technical and cover ground at the same time. Like, it's unbelievable. And this is why I say, bring me midfielders like Barella. I will do an Enzo Barella swap deal in a heartbeat because Enzo even has the PR. And then look, De Jong, another technical player, 11.3 kilometers. Pedri, another technical player, 11.27. So this is the bar. This is a Champions League semi-final. I think Inter are probably the best team in Europe right now. I think Barcelona have the best manager in Europe right now. And this is the bar of their technical midfielders. This is the ground they're covering while also being technical. Come on, bro. This is what we need to start looking at. Because they tell me that Frankie de Jong is a snail. And if he came to this league, he would get dominated.
Nah, he wouldn't. He'd be one of the fastest midfielders there.
GA
the amount
prop.
of ground he covers.
It's just GA prop. I hate this GA prop as well. I hate it, bro. But it's he's got 18 GA, most of them from Conference League fodder. When we actually need the guy, he's nowhere to be seen. But that's besides the point. I don't want to make this an Enzo discussion. But this is the levels ultimately that we need to be looking at, because that's how I watched it. This is what I've been appreciating these Champions League ties so much here. But I'm looking at them and I'm just like, wow, this is the state. This is where we need to be. This is where we belong. PSG for oh my gosh, Wolves almost scored. That would have been huge for us. But for example,
Wait, who's
PSG.
winning?
No.
Oh.
Do you reckon under Luis Enrique's system that they currently have at PSG, Enzo could I don't know, let's say fill in for Yao Neves or Vitinha in that midfield three?
Maybe Neves.
Neves,
Yeah.
brother. What does Neves do that? What can Enzo do that Neves can't?
It's not that. Like, Fatina can do the running, innit? And then Enzo can just play off my man.
But Neves does the running and the tackling as well, though. Maybe for Ruiz. Maybe for Ruiz, though.
I think guys sleep on. Let me know when to speak, man. If I speak, guys are gonna just hate.
No, go on.
Bro, we sleep on Enzo. Like, I'm not an Enzo Glazer. I'm not that guy. I don't be glazing this guy, but he's carrying our creativity coming down the middle. Like the last 4 or 5 games he's been carrying, I can't lie. Palmer's been stinking. Neto does Neto things. Jackson was stinking. Like, Enzo's actually low-key been carrying lately. I'll be so real. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, please, man. apart from the Arsenal team, you don't start for any of the midfield, any of the midfields in that final four of the Champions League. That's a fact. Now, maybe Fabian Ruiz, maybe, but I'm not sure. Like his position, nah, man.
So you reckon Enzo doesn't get into Barca?
No.
Alright. So look, then. So you would take Pedri. You take Pedri.
Would I take Pedri? Yeah, I'll take Pedri over Enzo. You wouldn't.
Nah.
You would take Enzo over Pedri.
But I feel like Pedri would get bullied even more than Enzo.
Guys, thank you for tuning into the stream today. I'll be back on Sunday. I might do a stream tomorrow. I'm gonna do a preview with Hussam on here tomorrow, and I'll be back on Sunday for the Liverpool watch along. This is exactly why PM is at the top of my list of people I don't discuss football with. Simple.
I see shit, bro.
Out of curiosity, let's actually go through. So, what midfielders do you think Enzo's better than? Okay, so he's better than Pedri, according to you. Do you think Enzo's better than Jude?
I don't think Enzo's better than Jude, but I'm just saying for what fits in it, like what makes sense. I'll be real.
So, okay. I'm actually so. Enzo is better than Pedri. All right. Anyway.
Bro, we just have to wait till next season, man.
All right, cool. Have you seen this? Who scored? Noni Madueke statistically calculated who scored characteristics. Strengths: finishing, dribbling, holding on to the ball. Weaknesses: player has no significant weaknesses. Thoughts?
But that's cap. That's cap.
Okay, so what's the cap?
But my issue is, you see with Noni, yeah. Like, wait, can I see the strengths again? What did they say?
About what?
The page, the post.
Oh, it says strengths: finishing, dribbling, holding on to the ball. Weaknesses: player has no significant weaknesses.
Bro, Joey, he's so average, yeah, that it just comes up as he has no weaknesses. Because I think his dribbling is not that good, fam. His dribbling is not that. I don't see my man getting past players like it's anything. Everyone says his best game was that left wing, and that just happened like what the other day where he's taking guys on. But we're at match day 34, fam. Bro, it's cat, bro.
So what would you say are his weaknesses then?
I think his weaknesses: dribbling for one, decision making, creativity, like defensively he's like poor. Off the ball, he's poor. Off the ball, like even attacking wise, whenever I see Noni make an actual serious run, I don't see him make serious runs. Except that Wolves game, but that Wolves game is just Palmer playing him through. Like, he's got hella weaknesses. I think the only strength he's got here is creating a chance for himself. That's his only strength for my eyes. I can't lie. That's about it.
I think his strengths. I say his only weakness is decision making. I think we was debating this on the group chat earlier, PM. Like you were saying that you think Sancho's better than Noni. I disagree with that. Why is that jokes? You think Sancho's better than Noni?
I didn't laugh.
Oh, Jared, you think Sancho's better than Noni?
No, I'm laughing because of how ridiculous that debate was.
Oh,
but you think Noni's better than Sancho as well? Jared, what do you think?
That's really debatable because the fact that when they're both playing very well, they're both playing very well. But if I had to pick one, I'm picking Nani only because he's faster and he ain't fat. That's the only reason why.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, a guy's laughing at the debate but his like difference is like their body type. Like what the what's him what? I don't even know what to say. That don't even make no sense. This is what I
I
hate about
know.
Noni fans. Because it's not football ability, it's just gay. I can't lie. You just looking at his looks because you can't tell me you see more than 5 good Noni games in the Premier League. Like no one can say that.
Now,
Not a single soul can tell me that.
let me be serious because you're right about the body part. If I had to be like really serious though, I would pick Sancho as better.
Yeah, alright, cool. So
I
now,
think I don't let him peer pressure you. I think if we're just talking pure football, I already said it. I think Sancho has a better first touch than Noni.
Yeah,
I
he
think
does. That's a definite. That's definitely true.
I think Sancho has better ball retention than Noni. That's it. I think as a ball striker, Noni's better. I think in terms of 1v1 take-ons, Noni's better. As a cross of the ball, Noni's better. Like
1v1.
1v1 take-ons, of course Noni's better than
Nah.
Sancho 1v1. Sancho can't beat his man.
That's cap. Sancho always beats his man. He just doesn't shoot.
No, he doesn't.
But he
Yeah.
does, bro. I seen clips already of the last game where Sanchez just takes on bare man. That's what Sancho does.
So I say Sancho's a better playmaker. I agree with that. I think once again, Noni's a better finisher. I think Noni's a better 1v1 dribbler. I think Noni's a better crosser. Noni's got better ball striking. Noni is a bigger threat in general in the final third. I think you could make Noni more of a if Noni or Sancho were the focal points of an attack, I'd rather have Noni as the focal point.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I
but
feel like when Sancho is up in attack and has a chance to finish a shot, he don't do it. It's like he's scared to do it, and that really pisses me off because we've seen what he's like over the years. He can take those shots. It's like he is scared to do it. Now he's allergic to scoring.
he's just rusty, man. He's rusty. But if you're Noni, okay, cool. This is my problem with Noni, innit? We say like Noni's a better finisher, innit? Yeah. But his highest goal tally in the league is this season 7 goals. And he takes like if I see a guy like say basketball, guys shoot like takes like 50 shots here and gets like 10 in here, like scores cool, he gets like 20 points because he got 10 shots in. He's not a good shooter. Like Noni just takes 100 shots a game. That's all he does. And he only scores 7 goals, 6 goals. Like, come on, man. I don't think he's even a good finisher. Like me personally, I don't think he's a good finisher. I think he's arse.
So
Took like it is.
you dismissed Noni being a better finisher than Sancho because of his goal tally of 7 goals, and you're saying that he should have more goals.
Yeah, if he's
Right?
a better finisher.
Interesting. Okay, so then I then put Sancho's. Okay, this is perfect. Oh yes, this is perfect. Okay, so cool. Sancho all-time tally in the Premier League is 12 goals. Noni this season alone is on 7 goals. But your reasoning for Noni not being a better finisher than Sancho is because he only has 7 goals. Make that make sense.
Because cool, you can say that, but we all know the Sanchez situation. Like he was at United. But if you put out any season, with Sancho at Dortmund, he's got more goals than that. And
In
also,
an inferior league. Okay,
Noni
so then
got 6 goals in
if you say
Noni got 6 goals at PSV.
but if you're discounting it as only, oh, we know the situation, he's at Man United. Okay, so then this is him at Chelsea, 3 goals. So,
But we know he's not gunning for goals like Noni is. That's the
oh,
difference. Like we know.
so then Noni's a better finisher.
Nah. We're gonna say that then, innit? But I don't think he is. He
But
just takes way more shots.
But him being a better finisher, he is. It's calm. You don't look at Sancho and think he's a goal scorer. I don't look at Noni and think he's a goal scorer, but I think he's a better finisher than him. Yes.
Do you get it? The chat's understanding what I'm saying because, bro, if all our wingers had Noni's mentality, they will probably have more goals but be less effective. That's how I see it.
Sancho's still a better finisher. You man are moving mad. Where's Cam when you need him?
Bro, Cam said Noni's better than Rodrigo, bro. I'm not here. These are, bro, it's crazy. I feel like I feel like CB's bucked Noni outside of YouTube because the way you've been backing it lately don't make no sense. Cause you and I both know he's arse. Like we both know this, bro.
Boss Cool's got made, man. Boss Cool's made. Well, you said that Enzo's better than Pedri. I think that's worse than anything Cam's ever said. That's mad.
Sure
And
is.
you mean it. I know you mean it as well. That's the thing.
It's one of them takes like edgy, bro. Like we have to give it time to marinate because let's give it time, man. Because Chelsea's just too shit right now. If Chelsea's in Champions League right now,
1-0 Man
Enzo can
City.
go.
KDB.
Huh?
1-0 Man City. KDB.
Okay, we need to sign KDB. KDB serious,
Bruv,
man.
bruv.
He still got it.
Are you serious? In 2025, you want to sign KDB? He has no legs.
But you wanted to sign Neymar.
Hey, yo, listen, you need to keep Neymar's name out your mouth, bro. Neymar, if we signed Neymar on a free in January, you would have broke the assist record. Easily. Like, what we
Bro,
doing?
I'm not saying that. You're going to beat me up for not saying that. I'm just going to agree. But KDB is serious. I can't lie. KDB, I'll play KDB over Enzo. I can't lie. Like Enzo can actually hold bench for KDB.
Obviously.
KDB in 30 minutes, yeah, can do something mad. I even take him over Palmer. Palmer can hold a bench. I can't lie.
Crazy. Doku, that was crazy. I'm not sure about KDB, and I think KDB is better than Enzo, yeah, but get me Barella, man. Just get me Barella, man.
I've been wanting Barella at Chelsea since 2019.
Pick up David. But yo, listen, man, I'm off. I'll be back tomorrow for Huljsen preview for the Liverpool game, and then we'll do the watch along on Sunday. And I'll be on Never a Foul as well. But smash the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't. Up the Chelsea every single time. Big up PM and big up Jared. Welcome on the show, man. You're more than welcome to come anytime, bro.
Love, man. Appreciate it.
Love, 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 love.